Can you portray like a deep story like that? Oh, most definitely.
If you put a slinky on top of something and you let it hang down,
yeah, it makes sense.
And then it makes a laser sound.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Composer React, and we're here back with boss Bertrand.
Hello.
Am I saying it right now?
Yeah, I mean it's from Belgium, so it's French in French language, Bertrand. But in the Netherlands, a lot of people say Bertrand.
Hey, we always ask composers to bring their favorite trailer or something they really like and that they saw. Which one did you bring?
I brought SOMERVILLE.
Oh,
an upcoming game. It's supposed to be released this year, in 2022. And I'm just super hyped about this game.
I'm very curious. I haven't seen any of this trailer yet, so let's just dive into it and see what we think of SOMERVILLE.
Let's go.
Jump ship.
Yeah, new company. I think relatively new.
Some classical piano.
Yeah. Atmospheric.
I like how you can make this style so cinematic.
Yeah. It's like pretty low poly art, but then at the same time, it's not photorealistic art, but it's so atmospheric. It's so beautiful. The lighting is very beautiful.
It really has, it resonates these vibes, situations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I think it's a 2.5D side scroller.
Very inside, limbo-ish.
Yeah. I think it's made by the same designers as inside.
Oh man. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love these sounds. It's so
very crackling, breaking open.
I think I know what they use. Disperser from kilohertz for this.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And these lasers. It's so nice. The sound design.
And the contrast. The beautiful classical piano.
Yeah. With
like these alien lasers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And here alien sounds.
Something is lurking.
Yeah.
Oh wow, SOMERVILLE.
Yeah.
Wow, this is very artistic.
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
I like that. That's the beautiful contrast in like you're showing a situation. It starts very sweet and kind of a little bit of sad because of that piano.
Yeah.
And then combine that with this destruction coming in. I always love these contradictions. It's great.
I think it works really well here in the trailer that they put a huge contrast in like sound design and music. Yeah. Especially later on in the trailer when you have all the explosions and things coming in, then it's just like really intense in terms of sound design, and then the music is super calm and beautiful, and it gives a vibe, you know.
So when these kind of meteorites are hitting, or it's kind of like laser shots coming in, you hear this like crackling noise.
Yeah.
When you are creating and when you're doing some sound design, do you have the tendency to like you have one layer that already sounds good, and like what if we add another layer? And what if it makes it more crackly? And what? So where do you stop?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that in Deliver Us Mars, there are sounds which are laser-ish or rocket-related, which consist of, I think, more than 60 sounds. So it can be super layered, especially with these intense kind of sounds. And sometimes you hit it right on the spot. I know, for example, that a funny thing that in Star Wars, they made the lasers with slinkies. Yeah. So if you put a slinky on top of something and you let it hang down,
it makes sense,
and then it makes a laser sound.
Yeah, indeed.
And they made it like that. So it can be really simple, right? But nowadays it's super layered.
Yeah, and of course, like we have the capacity on the computers to just stretch it and make it bigger, and the files are getting bigger.
Yeah,
and it doesn't really matter anymore because we have more space.
Yeah, it's awesome. All the technological advantages that we have nowadays. It's crazy.
That's insane. But yeah, indeed, some can be very simple, some are layered. So you are doing a great combination between some Foley stuff, but also some synth design.
Yeah.
Some more like noise amplifications of oscillators and stuff.
Yeah, for
you have a lot of techniques, right?
Yeah.
Is there a specific way, like especially if you look at this one, where you say, hey, how will you approach a certain scene? Let's say the meteorites. Yeah. Is that Where do you start?
Yeah. Well, you start by thinking about what you see, right? And if we look at the things here, you see something that feels alien. It feels like an alien meteorite coming in. You see like purple electric lights going on. You have to do something with that. You have to think about all the debris that's coming down, all the rocks that's floating around. You have to think about the air that is moving, the whooshes, the impacts, the explosion. And you need to think about that it needs body, like a base or something. So you just start to layer all these kind of elements and you isolate them, Every element needs to sound good on its own.
Yeah.
And then you start to mix them all together and then they need to sound as one thing. So especially these complicated, intense events, they can become quite layered. And because all those things consist of other things. The debris consists of small rocks and big rocks. You just start to build up all those elements until you have a nice impact. And they did it really well here.
I'm very curious. Like they really set the mood with that music.
Yeah.
And indeed the contrast with that sound design. So I expect, if I look at this, but maybe I'm a little bit clouded because of games like Inside, where there's moments where it's completely relying on sound design and it's kind of quiet, atmospheric, and then sometimes the music kicks in. Almost like what Death Stranding did as well, which is a completely different kind of game, but there's these moments where it's just silence and you're apart from nature or part with the situation.
Yeah.
And then at a random point, this music kicks in and it gives you this very eerie feeling, maybe isolated, lonely.
Yeah.
And these games really tend to have that atmosphere around them.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm pretty sure that it will be awesome in terms of sound. But I completely agree that if the music leaves room open for sound design and also the other way around, then both we can amplify each other greatly. Especially in trailers like this as well.
And I really like when for trailers and for campaigns and promos, people tend to make it a little bit more artistic and say, hey, this on itself is not just a promo material to make you buy the game, but also have a little bit of an artistic expression.
Yeah.
Because that shot in between that you see the family on the couch, I find that great. Like some would say, like, why is that shot there? It doesn't show like any action shots, but it actually does show this very intimate feel that the game actually wants to portray.
Exactly. It's cross a message to the audience that it's calm and suspenseful at the same time, emotional,
And about your loved ones, because that's probably the ones that you want to protect.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really clear what the atmosphere and the vibe is going to be here.
Beautiful trailer. Thanks for bringing this one. I really like that.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm very curious about these games like Inside, Limbo, of course, same maker.
Yeah.
These are really good. And sometimes I thought with like side scrollers like that or 2.5D games, can you portray like a deep story like that? Oh, most definitely.
For sure. I think they show that they can portray stories really well, even without any voiceovers, like in Inside.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so definitely all recommendation, Limbo, Inside, and this game is definitely on my list to play.
Yeah, for me as well.
Hey guys, if you like this, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions, leave it down in the comments. Also, let me know which games you are going to play in the next months. For now, I want to thank you for watching and see you next time. Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.